Welcome to Paranormal 411, coming to you from an undisclosed location deep within the Appalachian Mountains, with your hosts David Reagan and Jason Scott, bringing you the unknown. You're listening to Paranormal 411. All right, welcome to this episode, Paranormal 411.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time zone you're in, right, Jason?
Right, whatever time you have. Good morning. We are. Go
ahead.
You go ahead.
I was just going to say, thank you. I was just about to say, we got a great show coming
We
tonight.
do. It's all about the news.
That's right. If everybody's been listening to the news and what's been on and this whistleblower, this will be fascinating, especially, if you haven't watched any of the other stuff. But I think it's pretty cool.
It is. We have a former member of the National Geospatial or Spatial, I don't know how to pronounce that, Intelligence Agency, who is alleging the government has withheld possible evidence of UFOs.
That's right. Yep. That we have them, and we have bodies.
Yes, we have, and not only we have them, but more countries have them too. I would say the main three superpowers have them.
Yes, and he said that in that interview too, pretty much, that they know that we have them, that then China and Russia definitely has them.
Right.
And so now it's just a race to who could unlock the technology first is pretty much what he was saying.
Oh, yeah. Hey, before we get into the topic, let's talk about Paranormal 411.
All right.
We have a book.
We do have a book. It's out on Amazon. East Tennessee Hauntings and Lore. Definitely check it out. 5-star rated. And sold hundreds of copies. So,
oh, yeah.
Definitely get your copy. It's a great little book. And Jason might have the stuff in front of him, but starting this coming Saturday, 10 p.m. on 99.1 FM in Atlanta.
Oh,
we are going to be on the radio. We've got a 1-hour show that's going to be on the radio starting this coming Saturday night. And every Saturday night at 10 p.m. afterwards.
Right, and it is a live show, but it's a recorded live show, if you know what I mean.
It is, yeah. When I get my work situation fixed, the first hour may be a full live show of that show too.
Oh yeah.
So that'll be pretty fun.
Yeah. We also want to remember our sponsors, right? Eddie.
Yes.
And
Eddie Legends and Lore.
At Legends and Lore Pizzeria in Madisonville.
That's right. Voted best pizza in Madisonville.
Yeah. Go down and see him. He's in Madisonville, and he'll hook you up with some great tasting pizza. And while you're there, you can talk to him about some Bigfoot or aliens or anything paranormal.
Yeah. Ghosts, anything. He'll talk about it all. So, and you'll just have fun looking at all the stuff on the walls.
Oh yeah, don't go in the bathroom, the men's bathroom.
Got some creepy stuff.
In there. Also, we want to give homage to the band Catalyst for letting us use their music.
Yes, thank you, Catalyst in East Tennessee. You could also go to our page, paranormal411.org, and on our front page, you could actually click on their link and go to their Band Labs page and listen to and purchase their music.
Oh yeah. Hey, and while we're speaking of Catalyst, let's take a quick little break and we'll listen to some music.
Heck yeah.
All right, we'll be right back. We are back after that quick little break.
Ooh, that was a nice little break right there. And that was Catalyst. And they've got some great music, so definitely check them out.
Oh, yeah. The Dark Side by Catalyst.
Dark Side.
So, we're going to get into this whistleblowing deal. And this was all in the news for the last 2 days. It may have been longer than that, but I've just recently noticed it in the news.
Yeah, I think it was just the day before, or I think it was yesterday when it came out.
Right.
I think it was. So
David Charles Grush, a veteran and former member of the National Geospatial-Intelligence Agency and National Reconnaissance Office, has blown the whistle on some information. He spoke to several news outlets about alien craft and alien bodies. And he's not the only one. They're coming out more and more. But you got to give this guy credit.
Right. Well, and what gets me on this too, though, is that a lot of people are like, well, I don't know if I really believe all this alien stuff and all this other stuff. Remember this. He got permission from the DOD to come in and talk about this stuff on national news and stuff. So the DOD, the Department of Defense, okayed him coming out talking about this.
Right.
About the and he says not all of these UFOs are wrecks. He goes, some of them are landings.
Right. You know, I was watching Fox, I believe, about it, and these two, a couple on there, one of the ladies, I can't remember her name, but she just said she couldn't believe it. It's not true. There's no aliens. I'm a skeptic. I don't see how you can say that, having these people come out and give us all this information.
Well, you know, some people are, you could slap them in the face with baloney and they'd never believe baloney exists. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. Oh, that ain't baloney. That's ham.
Is everybody in the military line?
Right, exactly. And this was a guy that was also part of ATIP when ATIP was there.
Yeah.
And now he was also part of that newest one that they did. I forgot the name of it, Arrow or something like that. He was part of it. And so, I mean, you know, this guy's been in this. And he actually has documents and everything. He did not did not give any of it out because it was national security, did give it to senators and congressmen and women to look at, and it was good enough that they have called and said that they want an emergency meeting or something like that to go over this stuff and over this information and wonder why they have been left out of the loop of all this stuff.
Yeah.
That should tell you that something's going on.
This has been going on for decades, years,
It has.
years.
Oh, yeah.
And
we know from Roswell, right?
oh, yeah. And he said they are retrieving non-human origin technical vehicles, non-human exotic origin vehicles that have either landed or crashed.
Yeah,
I just
and I was listening to Ross Coulthard, I think was the guy that was interviewing him on one of them, and he asked him, he goes, "Well, how are they crashing?" And he said, "We have ways." That's all he said.
Yeah,
we have ways of making them crash.
It's during the time he was with the task force, the UAP task force, he was refused access to materials about the recovery program that included all this evidence of crafts.
Yep.
At first he thought it was nuts too.
Yeah, he does say that in the interview. He said when
Yeah.
he first got into it and he thought it was all just crazy until top level people started coming to him, talking to him about it because he was in that UAP task force and all that other stuff, showing him documentation and all kinds of other stuff. And he's like, I had to start believing.
He said he knew these senior intelligence officers for years who was in the military with him his whole career that confided in him.
Yep. Yep. That's crazy, isn't it?
It is. But I wonder why it was shielded from, Congress. What do you think?
Because these black budget projects don't want anybody to know what they're getting to do and where the taxpayer money's going or anything like that. They say it's all for national defense and security and everything. I think it goes deeper than that, and it's my own opinion, but I think it's deeper than that because I think that, well, just think of it this way. If you found a craft and you was able to start backwards engineering these crafts and you found a way to create energy that's the size of, say, a football, but it could power a whole city.
Yeah.
Would you want that to come out? That would kill the oil industry and everything else, wouldn't it? I mean, it would kill it. And they don't want that kind of free energy. And I think that I think that has a lot to do with it. Some of the technology, some of these exotic technologies are just in that way. Some type of could be made into some type of pretty much a free energy type device and probably push our civilization a few hundred years forward. But our military industrial complex has a hold of it and doesn't want to let it out because, they'd rather see starving kids in these third world countries as to let out something that could feed the world on nothing. I mean, Dr. Stephen Greer talks about it. He talked about it in one of his movies that I was watching, and he said that he gets a lot of people come to him because, he's been doing that UFO disclosure project for, 20 years or so, 30 years. And he says he has got invited to a place, if I'm not mistaken, it was in Texas. and it was this medical place, but it was like a black type projects medical place. And this was some of the technologies that was gleamed off of these aircraft, these downed aircraft, he said. And they actually had the technology to make a man or woman that has, they're quadriplegic or whatever. They got in a car accident and it messed them up and they're quadriplegic. They can fix it. He said that they showed him all these devices, and they said, the only reason we can't release it is why. And they said because what they run on would mean that people could have free energy in their homes.
Right.
And the government will not allow them to, to bring them out into the public at this time. Now, that's pretty crappy. If it's true, that's pretty crappy. But I think it's pretty sound to say that if they do have these crafts, which I believe that they do, I believe that there is possibilities of these kinds of devices being found or technologies being found out about, and they don't want them to get out into the public domain. What do you think, Jason?
Yeah, I think that's the reason they just, I don't know.
I mean, it could be a ton of things,
Pentagon,
but I think that could be one of them, right?
Yeah. Well, the Pentagon's denying it now.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, this came out today. Said they have not discovered any verifiable information to substantiate claims that any programs regarding the possession of extraterrestrial materials have existed in the past or is currently.
That's right. What did it say again? Read that one more time.
The AARO has not discovered any verifiable information to substantiate claims that any programs. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say so, but we started off this saying that he said when he was in ATIP, they would not give him access to those programs to even look at them. And they're sitting there saying that we haven't found anything. Well, yeah, because they won't give them access to it. That's what he's saying.
Yeah. Then,
so they're substantiating. If you read between the lines right there, they are substantiating the fact that they have not, quote unquote, found anything to substantiate this. No, because they won't allow them into those black projects. But what's funny is that the DOD said he could do this. The DOD said he could come out and say this. And they're calling this emergency meeting because of the paperwork, the things that he handed in. They're wanting to have some major discussions on it. So we're not privy to those pieces of paper and things that he had that proved, because at one point he said that he found out through these other people the code names for some of these special projects that he didn't know before, and he's not going to say them because they are classified. But guess what? Everybody else knows them now. And that's one of the things that they're going to be talking about, because now they know some of the code names for some of these classified projects that they did not know before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, our government's one good thing that the military industrial complex is good at is hiding and evading.
Right.
Swamp gas. Just remember swamp gas.
Oh yeah, I heard it all today. It was balloons. What else was it? God, it was something funny. But they was trying to make all these excuses. But
right.
with everything that's going on, they just need to come out and get to it.
I think it's time for people to know the truth.
They've been here for years, and if they was going to kill us all, they'd have done did it.
They would have done it, yeah. 100%. I mean, we know for a fact for a fact since at least biblical times they've been here.
Oh, yeah. I'd say way before biblical times, too.
Exactly. And I think way before.
Ancient Egypt.
And, yeah, I think, I think since before the last deluge they were here. I think that, they might have had something to do with Atlantis, or at least maybe they traded or had, communications with Atlantis or something. I don't know, but I do know that they've been coming here for a long time. We've got a lot of proof of that, if you read the Bhagavad Gita and a lot of these other, really old texts and stuff, and even read the Bible. The Bible says stuff like that, right? Ezekiel's wheel within a wheel, and the pretty much cigar-shaped kind of thing that followed the children of Israel for 40 years and fed them, right? Was as a cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night,
Yeah.
I mean, I just think that there's time after time after time, Elijah, in the chariot of fire. I mean, I think that you could find time after time after time again where these things are even written in some tons of holy texts, not just in the Christian and stuff. It's all over. So I don't know. I think that it's, like you said, I think it's time for them to go ahead and say, look, here it is. We do have this technology. We are trying to backwards engineer this technology. We're doing this because we're wanting to beat the Russians and the Chinese to it, whatever, And but if they would at least do that and bring it out into the open, people would still wake up and go to work. I mean, it's not going to be the end of the world.
Yeah. Elon Musk has been tweeting that has seen zero evidence of aliens.
Yeah, but I guarantee you that
DOD.
SpaceX, I guarantee you with SpaceX, he has non-disclosure agreements that he has to adhere to.
Yeah.
I would guarantee he does. The same as any other space agency or military agency does.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you think about this guy though, Jason?
I mean, I think he's a hero.
I do.
Served in the military for 14 years in Afghanistan, been in combat, has seen those craft he's talking about in a combat zone or where conflict has been. And there's been pictures of that all over that nobody believes. Are you still there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, like you were saying, and I mean, go back to World War II when they talk about the Foo Fighters.
From 2004 to 2021, there was 144 encounters between the military pilots and UAPs. And 80 of them were captured on multiple sensors.
See?
And only one could be explained with high confidence. So, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
They're here.
That's it. Well, and I go back to what we've talked to before. I can't believe I forgot the guy's name right now, but that was over some black projects and stuff. And he came out during a talk that he was doing, and he actually told the people there that we actually have, I think he was a CEO, president of Lockheed Martin, I think he was, or Skunk Works, was one of those. And he said that we now have technology to take ET home.
Right. I mean, like I said earlier to you on the phone, Trump wasn't stupid.
Right.
That's why
Space
he's
Force,
the
right?
Space Force. He knows what's going on.
Right. Well, and you look back, to when Reagan was in president.
Oh, yeah.
And how many times he said, wonder how this world would be if they knew that we was invaded by an outside force, not of this earth.
Yeah, and Kennedy, even there's some conspiracies about his assassination that led up to, that's why he got assassinated. He was going to come out with some stuff.
Yeah, I heard some stuff where that's why Marilyn Monroe got assassinated, because she was dating both brothers, and she actually called them up and said, "That's fine. You're doing whatever you're doing. I'm going to go to the press and talk to them about the UFOs." And it wasn't long after that she died. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yep. And they've actually got transcripts of that. So.
Well,
but I think it's a big cover up. I know it's a big cover up. So, I mean, you can't listen to the old newsreels of, Roswell. They found it. They came out and said, yes, they got a UFO. And then all of a sudden, next day it was, it's just a weather balloon, which they was saying that they
filled with
launched
swamp
weather
gas.
balloons. Yeah. They launched weather balloons from that, those locations out there in those military bases, like 2 times a week or something like that.
Right.
So they knew what a weather balloon looked like. So I don't know. I believe that, like you said a little bit ago, Jason, I believe that we are going to start seeing more and more people like this coming out, and letting us know, letting the people, the public know what's really going on.
I think it's going to take it up a notch.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm going to bring one more person up, Nick Pope.
Yes.
You know who Nick Pope is?
Yes. Yep. He was the defense guy from
Britain,
England or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the Ministry of Defense in the 90s. He's been investigating UFOs a lot. And he said that this guy, his account of alien materials is very significant. It's one thing to have stories on the blogs and conspiracies, but this takes it to the next level with genuine information coming forward.
Yes.
So I'm glad to see him up for it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you're going to start seeing other people, starting to come forward and say, I believe this guy. But, he had a lot of people that's still in the Department of Defense and in the Pentagon and in these other places that has already come and said that he's telling the truth.
Yeah, he even said he hasn't personally seen the vehicles.
Yep.
Or he even
or the
says,
aliens.
And he says he don't even know where they might be stored.
Right.
But he's seen all the pictures and the
documentation.
Yes.
Yeah.
From top officials from all these black projects.
Makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just about time more people start coming out, like Lou Elizondo and Dave Fravor.
Yeah, he's not the only one. I mean, maybe they'll start listening now that his information's come out, because it is good information.
Yes. Well, Lou Elizondo, he was head of ATIP when ATIP was going on before he quit.
Mm-hmm.
And but this guy right here revealed more stuff than Lou ever did. So
yeah,
Lou would be like, not going to say that. Next question. But I can understand. He still has a top secret clearance that he uses to work and everything else too. So,
Yeah.
you don't want to have a man lose his job because of, an answer that you wanted. So
Well,
it's fascinating.
it is. Maybe we can get somebody on and have a good long talk about it.
Yeah. I'd love to be able to get Lou Elizondo or somebody on.
Yeah, I tweeted him.
Did you?
Hadn't heard nothing.
Well.
All right. I guess that's all we got. Right now, just letting you know what's going on in the news.
Yeah, we saw that today, and we decided that we was going to do a little short show so we could just talk about that, especially since it's making the news. That's time to keep the topic rolling, not wait till it starts dying down.
Oh, yeah. So, remember, paranormal411.org. We're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all of your podcast platforms, and this coming weekend we'll be on the FM airwaves.
Yes. And hopefully by this weekend you could come to paranormal411.org. Keep showing up. Just pop in from time to time, and I'm going to have the link. I'm going to have the banner, a little banner of ours, and you can be able to click on it, and it'll take you to where the page is for to be able to listen to us live at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's going to be great.
Join us.
Join us.
All right. We'll see you Saturday at 8
Saturday.
p.m.
Yes. Everybody have a good night and be safe. And we'll see you Saturday if we don't decide to do another short show.
Something may come up.
May.
Welcome to Paranormal 411, coming to you from an undisclosed location deep within the Appalachian Mountains, with your hosts David Reagan and Jason Scott, bringing you the unknown. You're listening to Paranormal 411.